The strong hands of two Swiss guards hooked him under the armpits and dragged him skyward. A moment later Langdon's head emerged from the demon's hole, choking and gasping for air. The guards dragged him over the lip of the opening, across the floor, and lay him down, back against the cold marble floor. For a moment, Langdon was unsure where he was. Overhead he saw stars. Orbiting planets. Hazy figures raced past him. People were shouting. He tried to sit up. He was lying at the base of a stone pyramid. The familiar bite of an angry tongue echoed inside the chapel, and then Langdon knew. Olivetti was screaming at Vittoria. Why the hell didn't you figure that out in the first place? Vittoria was trying to explain the situation. Olivetti cut her off mid-sentence and turned to bark orders to his men. Get that body out of there. Search the rest of the building. Langdon tried to sit up. The Chigi chapel was packed with Swiss guards. The plastic curtain over the chapel opening had been torn off the entryway, and fresh air filled Langdon's lungs. As his senses slowly returned, Langdon saw Vittoria coming toward him. She knelt down, her face like an angel. You okay? Vittoria took his arm and felt his pulse. Her hands were tender on his skin. Thanks. Langdon sat up fully. Olivetti's mad. Vittoria nodded. He has a right to be. We blew it. You mean I blew it? So redeem yourself. Get him next time. Next time? Langdon thought it was a cruel comment. There is no next time. We missed our shot. Vittoria checked Langdon's watch. Mickey says we've got 40 minutes. Get your head together and help me find the next marker. I told you, Vittoria, the sculptures are gone. The path of illumination as Langdon halted. Vittoria smiled softly. Suddenly Langdon was staggering to his feet. He turned dizzying circles, staring at the artwork around him. Pyramids, stars, planets, ellipses. Suddenly everything came back. This is the first altar of science. Not the Pantheon. It dawned on him now how perfectly Illuminati the chapel was, far more subtle and selective than the world-famous Pantheon. The Chigi was an out-of-the-way alcove, a literal hole in the wall, a tribute to a great patron of science, decorated with earthly symbology. Perfect. Langdon steadied himself against the wall and gazed up at the enormous pyramid sculptures. Victoria was dead right. If this chapel was the first altar of science, it might still contain the Illuminati sculpture that served as the first marker. Langdon felt an electrifying rush of hope to realize there was still a chance. If the marker were indeed here, and they could follow it to the next altar of science, they might have another chance to catch the killer. Victoria moved closer. I found out who the unknown Illuminati sculptor was. Langdon's head whipped around. You what? Now we just need to figure out which sculpture in here is the... Wait a minute. You know who the Illuminati sculptor was? He had spent years trying to find that information. Vittoria smiled. It was Bernini. She paused. The Bernini.